penis doesn't always tell you a lot about the performance. It's more the testicles. It is 170 centimeters long. People note that the Icelandic horse penis is smaller. Wolves and dogs have proportionately larger penises than bears.
世界上收集阴茎最多的博物馆，并不在信都阿姆斯特丹，而是位于冰岛唯一的城市雷克雅未克。里面有接近300多种生物的阴茎，包括人类。虽然主题难免令人遐想，但博物馆致力于对女性与家庭友好，因此根据统计，过往访客的58%为女性。今天的主人公是一个年轻的冰岛人，在阴茎博物馆担任全职经理。
My name is Thorður, manager of the Icelandic Phallological Museum. I studied theology and religious history. I tried teaching for 1 year and it was fun. It was a lot of work, but then I got offered the job here. This is not the kind of job that you apply for. I married into this. My wife is granddaughter of the museum's founder. And my mother, especially when she heard about the museum, she was, why would anybody do this? It was basically her reaction. But she's visited the museum since then. She sees that we try to have the museum tasteful.
博物馆成立于1997年，创建者的正业是教育学家，在中学当校长，出版和翻译20多本拉丁美洲历史书籍。博物馆是他的副业，这也是冰岛典型的家族企业。退休后交给了儿子，前台工作人员也都是他的一家人。大概许多人和我一样，好奇在这里工作的冰岛家庭成员会不会是怪人？如果让经理亲自带路，讲解博物馆的角角落落，又会从他那里听到怎样的精彩故事？
Thank you. Welcome to the Icelandic Phallological Museum. My name is Thorður, and please come and have a look. So this is much larger than our previous museum. It is about 750 square meters. The old place couldn't hold all the penises, basically. A popular cuisine in Iceland are fermented or sour ram testicles. Now the ram has very large testicles, long but thin penis, very thin. But it's there, that's the outer penis. That is basically what you see. On the inside there's an inner penis. I think it's worth trying at least once in your life. Unpleasant. Pig penis, for instance, we have here. It's very different corkscrew shape. Very large testicles as well. Animals with large testicles tend to copulate very much. The penis doesn't tell you very much, but the size of the testicles actually does. This was the first item which our founder got. They were used to direct sheep. Many people note that the Icelandic horse penis is smaller than most larger foreign breeds. Our smallest section, hamster penis. But they have the proportionately largest testicles of all animals. I think the testicle is something about 3 or 4% of the entire body mass. Carnivores, like animals who eat meat, at least land carnivores and seals, have a bone in their penis. Humans having a penis bone about, I think, roughly 2 million years ago. Penis bone is always correlated with polygamy, like one male and many females. When you really look at mating patterns of many animals compared to humans, often with carnivores, incredibly brutal. A Pacific seal, male is 4 to 5 times bigger than the female. One male servicing hundreds of females. So it's like an alpha male who has kind of a breeding colony. But then another male comes and challenges And during the fight, often have many females just dying from the violence of them rolling around. Copulation is also, from what I understand, very violent. Mating isn't always very pleasant. The larger one is from a Pacific walrus. The other one is from an Atlantic one. And you see this one has been fashioned into a club and was actually used by a seal fisherman to club seals over the head. It was donated by his grandson to us. I think it's about 55 centimeters, this one. They make for a natural weapon. Like I said before, a penis doesn't always tell you a lot about the performance. It's more the testicles. Correlation with the small testicles. The walrus is a very lazy breeder. It doesn't like to mate that much, or at least it's very lazy to do it. And now we have the whales. This is by far our largest section and what many people believe are our most impressive penises. Blue whale, of course, is by far the largest animal, but this was from a very young blue whale. So he's quite small. He wasn't even sexually mature in this one. Probably the most popular penis in this section would be this one. And this is our sperm whale. It is 170 centimeters long and weighs, I think, just over 70 kilos. Reached in 1996, I believe, our largest and most impressive penis. It is the entire outer penis. It's basically when it exits the body, and when this is what you can see. But to put things in perspective, the section you have there is equivalent of this section. You see here the exposed flesh. This is missing, so we're missing 2/3 of the actual penis. We would have to lay it over, basically. Wolves and dogs have proportionately larger penises than bears. Grey wolf is, of course, many times smaller than the polar bear, but the penis bone isn't that much smaller. By the way, we're no longer in the whale section, we're now in the carnivore section. A lot of people miss here, unfortunately, the domesticated cat, or the cat penises. Cat penises are very unique because they have small spines at the end of the penis. If you look very closely, you can see small spines around the head of the penis. During an erection, stick out a bit. And cats have fairly small penis. They're not very aggressive breeders. More often than most carnivores, they are quite loyal. They are monogamous, like wolves. Wolves tend to mate for life. Fairly long penises, but usually average testicles. The Arctic fox, local here in Iceland, it tends to mate for life as well. Oh wait, you wanted to check out this. Here is our founder's Christmas bow tie, which is fashioned from the foreskin of a sperm whale. Here, these are also like foreskins from sperm whales. If you know the novel Moby Dick, one of the whale workers made like a cassock, which is like a coat from the foreskin of a sperm whale. I don't know if it's true. It would have to be an extremely thin man who would do that, but yeah. Rabbit penis is very interesting because quite large testicles, you know, like the legend, like the rabbits are very busy when it comes to breeding. This is an average size, African bush elephant penis. When erect, it would be like 1.5 meters long, and it would take on an S shape. And also quite interesting, elephants have so much motion control over the penises that they have been known to scratch themselves with a penis. They use the penis to scratch places that they can't reach. You wanted to see Páll Arason, our human penis. Here he is. During the end, Páll was 95 years old, and he was getting worried that because his penis was shrinking, which happens over time, and something that happens usually after 75, the human penis starts to gradually shrink. He was having doubts near the end, but he persevered and we got his penis when he passed. He didn't change his mind. 10 years later, it's still our only human penis. Although we have quite a few new men who have filled out donation papers, these are young men and we don't expect to get their penises anytime soon. Here we have the elf penis. Magical peoples aren't always very good. Elves would steal newborn babies and replace them, so suddenly a well-behaved baby would just become really unruly and start behaving badly. The hidden people and the elves are often wrongfully believed to be the same folk, but they're very different. But yeah, here's our hidden man. When he was asked, like, okay, why would you collect penises? I never wanted to collect stamps. That's what he would say. This is one of the many items that our founder carved himself. This is a functioning phone. Here is a guest book. I think we filled out about 40 volumes of guest books. Skin of the scrotum is taken and basically cleaned and washed, and like the most horrible smell you can imagine, but it makes for a kind of cozy life, doesn't it? We make a few each year and they sell out very quickly. Maybe something in our heritage, like to use everything from the animal, like, you know, with the thorramatur. Back in the day, people really, just to survive, you had to use everything for the man. Make something with organs which would just normally be thrown away. Educate at the same time. We've been able to maintain that because we tried to avoid all erotica and pornography. We're happy to take students from secondary schools and, you know, even younger ones to learn about the animal and the function. Because actually, when you look at the penis and the testicles of an animal, they can tell you a lot about the animal's behavior. All of our guests, I'd say 58% are women. Usually the people who spend the longest time inside the museum are veterinary students. We've never asked for a certain kind of penis, and no animal has been killed for its penis here in the museum. Whale penises are from beached whales. Every donator to a museum, everybody who donates a piece of art, a new species, or a human penis, gets an honorary membership.
It's my idea.
We do this once a year.
这一家子有说有笑地走进去。前台说，经常有这样一整个家庭来逛博物馆的。
Actually, our third day after the quarantine.
Yeah, I think it's amazing.
It's very interesting to read all the text. You see huge penises, then you see very small ones, and then on every stage of this museum, you're somehow shocked with something.
在这里工作，面对阴茎这个平常生活多少避讳的词语，说的有什么独特的感受吗？
I've become immune to it. There was a YouTube video going around where a guy was, I think he told something, 30 or 40 penis jokes, and a lot of people commented that guy never even smiled. I just don't hear it anymore, almost. Penis jokes. It's not a taboo word anymore. Just, you work at this job and you hear these constant.
那么在这工作一定意味着思想开明吗？
I don't know if we're more open-minded than other people necessarily. I think, a lot of people think since we have this museum, we have to be really open-minded. But family values are quite strong here, and I think.
对来博物馆参观的中国游客，印象最深的是什么？
Mostly very happy, polite customers. Often couples, they seem to have a lot of fun. They were laughing, which is great. This is a place where people are supposed to have fun. And you'll learn something in the way, so yeah.
冰岛除了冰川和极光，还有世界收藏最多、对女性友好的阴茎博物馆。